Thank you to Anchor for sponsoring today's video. The Anchor 767 Powerhouse has some of the same long-lasting LFP batteries as the Anchor 521 and the 757 we've used previously, but has a bigger capacity. The LFP dependable battery can hold over 3,000 charge cycles, has a 5-year warranty and a 10-year lifespan. With the 2,000 watt 40 capacity, it can power things for days. You can power your phone, camera, drone, laptop, fridge, blender, microwave, and even a hairdryer, all of your favorite luxuries when you're out traveling to your favorite destinations. The large suitcase design makes it easy to move wherever you need it and has a convenient handle to pull. It can recharge to 80% capacity in an hour and a half with HyperFlash technology, and 100% in 2 hours. The Anchor 767 is also perfect for backup power bank for lights out situations. With the 1,000 watt solar capacity, it can recharge in 2.5 hours. With the expansion battery pack, you can double the capacity from 2,048 watts to 4,096 watts. With the Smart Control app, you have the convenience of monitoring your powerhouse remotely through the app. Click the link below to find out more. Out shopping at the big box store, getting Heath the best Christmas present he could ever ask for. Just about the most coveted tool at Red Poppy Ranch. And I'm getting Heath his very own.
Ruby's ready to help me.
I think that was mine.
Wrong answer. See, it's been reused.
Your very own!
Wait, I was gonna keep the old junky one and give you the nice one.
Okay, that works too.
So I can read
That's
this
your very
right
own.
back to you? Can I run upstairs and wrap this and give it back to you?
No.
Seriously,
We don't have any more wrapping paper. That was nice of me to buy that for you, wasn't it?
You're the best. You're amazing.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Who's this from? Cheyenne and Christian? Yay! For real?
Well, see, it's a size 7 because I thought you said 7, not 11. So I am going to have to send it back.
They'll resize it though.
But don't resize
I like it. What is it?
Back. 1942.
A 1942
It's a year.
quarter.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
Do you know what the year 1942 is?
My dad's birthday. Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's really cool.
That's why, yeah.
I've actually wanted to do that for a long time.
I know you told me.
Thank
That's
you.
why I didn't get on his pinky. I know, I'm so sad I got
Size
it and I was
11,
like,
huh?
that looks really small.
I barely got size
Did you
11
not?
over my big knuckle last night. I recently made a deal to sell my favorite tractor to my older brother, but I also get to deliver it down to Arizona, see some family that I haven't seen in quite a while, then go look at a skid steer. But if I don't get my trailer dug out of the snow, none of this is going to happen. About a month ago when I picked up a load of 1x12s, I told myself I should probably do something with this before snow flies. I didn't do anything with it. Now I get to unload it the hard way. The plan is to get the trailer unloaded, then hooked up to my truck. Then I get to load my Ford 4610 tractor and take off for Arizona. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, so the sooner I can get on the road, the better. It's a good solid 13, maybe even 14-hour drive pulling the trailer. And I don't want to get caught in traffic. As much as I like that Ford 4610 tractor, moving the snow around has reminded me that it's probably a little bit too big for what I need to use it for. And I'm confident that by replacing it with a good, dependable skid steer, I shouldn't struggle to manage the snow like we have in the past. There are two skid steers that I'm watching on the internet, and neither one of them are close by. One of them happens to be in Tucson, Arizona, which is a couple hours further south than I wanted to go, but the skid steer only has 400 hours. The other skid steer is out in the middle of nowhere in southern Utah. It has a few more hours, but this skid steer has an enclosed cab and it has heat. The skid steer I'm hoping to find will have to be a completely mechanical skid steer, which means it's probably going to be at least 20 years old. But I most definitely prefer the old mechanical stuff over the new stuff that requires a laptop and the internet to diagnose what's wrong. It is now about 2 p.m. and once I get all of the wood unloaded, I'm going to hit the road and see how far I can get tonight. I should have done it 2 months ago when there was no snow. So now I'm gonna hook up to that trailer and hopefully jerk that trailer out of the snow without any problems. And then I have to get my tractor loaded up on the trailer down here. I don't feel comfortable driving down the driveway with that tractor on the trailer. And then I gotta take off for Arizona. I'm gonna drive as much as I can tonight and meet my brothers down there tomorrow and hopefully have lunch with them and give my older brother the tractor. And then I gotta go drive 6 hours north again and go look at a skid steer and then be home before Christmas. So I have about 3 days to get all that done. And it starts by getting hooked up to this trailer and getting this trailer out of here. Once I get this trailer out of here, I basically can handle whatever else happens, I think. I will end up driving into town, unloading the tractor, repositioning it on the trailer, and getting the tractor sitting in a much better position for the long haul. Right, I don't exactly like how this thing is sitting, but I wasn't about to back that thing up my trailer right here. So I think I'm gonna drive down, find a flat spot to maybe reposition this tractor. Make sure it's towing the way I want it to tow, but I got a long drive ahead of me. I made it down here to Arizona after a long night of driving to deliver the tractor to my older brother. And this isn't exactly the neighborhood you would deliver a tractor in normally, but he's gonna take the tractor now down to his farm down in southern Arizona, and I'm gonna go look at one of these 2 skid steers and see if they're right for our family. So real quickly, I'm gonna unload the tractor and then I'm gonna go see a couple of people before I go see that skid steer. All right, my nephew Ty came out and helped me get all the parts out of the truck that go with that tractor. My plan was to come by later and kind of go over everything with my brother and just explain what I know about the tractor, but he owns a very similar tractor, and so, but now that the tractor's gone, I need to get the skid steer situation figured out. One of the skid steers has 400 hours, one of them has 2,000 hours. My sister lives right there, but she's not in town right now. It was sure fun to have lunch with my brothers, my mom, spend a minute with my family down here. My sister-in-law and their kids, my brother's wife and kids. So I miss my family. I don't know if I miss the big city that much, though. I can tell you that much. My anxiety's been on 12, bobbing and weaving through traffic with this tractor behind me. I'm now on my way up to southern Utah to go look at that skid steer. I talked to the guy yesterday on the phone, And if really the only issue I have with it is price. If we can get together on price, I think I'm going to buy it. I'm pulling an empty trailer home, so this is a prime opportunity to get this skid steer picked up. It's a bigger skid steer, 6,200 pounds, which is about a 55, 58 horse skid steer. But it has I think he said it has a grapple. I'm 6.5 hours away from him. All right, I am here and I'm looking at the skid steer, and I'm gonna take it around the corner here and just run it a little bit. I've actually been talking with the owner. His name is Mark, and he's willing to be on video here, so this machine is a little bit of an older machine. It's probably 20 years old, but it's in really good condition. That's part of the reason that I'm so interested in it. The guy's owned it for the last 8 years. He's put about 1,000 hours on it, but it's a nice machine. There we go. All right, we're released.
Okay. So all your controls for the bucket are on the feet.
Okay.
And then these are your
Forward and backwards.
Yep.
Okay. I like that it has this enclosed cab that can be removed. I think it's plexiglass. He said in the summertime it gets a little bit warm. Let's see if me and him can get together on price. I think that's going to be the only issue.
It is a good machine. It is not. Go check the oil on it. Go look at the oil.
And that's part of the reason I want it, is because I'm sick and tired of passed around.
Yeah, this hasn't. This has had 2 owners. Me and an airport. And you can run more throttle than what you were.
Is there a RPM gauge?
No, there's not.
So I just got to learn the machine a little bit. He's a really nice guy, but he's getting rid of a lot of stuff because he wants to do a little bit of traveling and get a motor home. So we just made a deal on the skid steer and the clamshell.
Up here, it's got a hydraulic symbol on it.
Okay.
Push it once, puts 1 green light on. That releases the hydraulics for this front.
Releases the pressure.
No, it allows the hydraulics to operate.
Opens it. I've been down there in Arizona, and I don't do so good driving in traffic with people around me anymore.
Yeah. All right, man.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll see you.
Take care. All right, I have a 6-hour drive back home, but the skid steer is loaded up and ready to go. But I'm probably going to end up getting a set of over-the-tire tracks for this thing, and that will ensure that I don't get stuck Somehow this is where my truck ended up when I got home at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had to use the skid steer to get it out. Well, this is exactly what I should have bought probably 5 years ago. I'll end up picking up another tractor, I'm sure, at some point along the way. But having a skid steer now allows me to pick up just about any implement I can think of. And especially any implement that might help me with the snow, whether it's a push blade or a snowblower. I'm really enjoying the skid steer, but I need some chains for it or some over-the-tire tracks, and I'm probably going to end up getting both. But these are the original tires from probably 1995 or 96 when it was originally manufactured. But part of the reason I am okay with the age on this machine is because of how low the hours are. But this is a completely mechanical machine, so this is not a machine that requires a whole lot of computer know-how. So it's an old Deutz diesel, which is basically what they used in everything back in the day. And it's a big machine, but if I can get those tracks for it, there's nowhere around here I won't be able to go. Now comes the fun part of rounding up all the implements I want for this, like an auger and a trencher and a plow and a snowblower. And what else? I got the grapple from him, and I'll definitely use that this summer. But I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. We're supposed to get like 7 days of snow and rain on and off. And again, this is not the time of year we should be getting rain, but we're getting rain. So before the weather gets too bad, I'm trying to get a couple things done today. I'm trying to haul the old truck and what's left of my son's wreck truck. I'm trying to haul that into town and take it to the junkyard where I'm going to get rid of it. This is really the kind of weather that should keep me in the shop all day, because it's not safe to be out in, and it's very easily going to turn into a bigger problem pulling a trailer. I can see that. This is one of those moments where it would be ideal to have a place in town where I could put my trailers, something like that, but I don't want to do that because we don't live in town. We live up in the mountains, and I need to be prepared to figure out whatever is going on where I live as opposed to in town. But I don't think I'm bringing the trailer back up today, because I'm not even sure if the truck's going to get up there without a fight. So it's been warm enough and long enough now that the base layer that we plow against with the snow is basically going away. I mean, we're going to be down to gravel in a couple of days, which is better than this, because this is sloppy, slippery, nasty stuff, and it's real hard to control the truck and pull the trailer at the same time. I hope I didn't make a bad decision trying to get this trailer back up here. Well, I had to come up here to get Mark to go down there and see if we can't get that trailer unstuck. It's pulling my trailer into that same spot that likes to get all of us, I guess. You made that look way too easy. You know, it took me longer to walk up Mark's driveway than it did for Mark to get me out of the snow, but that corner right there is bad enough that I'm going to try and see if we can't get 20 or 30 loads of pit run or something to kind of fill in that corner. That corner is just so dangerous. That's where that dump truck rolled over years ago. And again, it pays to have neighbors like Mark and Ola. All of our neighbors up here, good people, and they all have helped many times when we've needed it, that's for sure. We're grateful to have good neighbors. But I'm telling you, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get up my driveway. Over the years, I've probably gotten 20 or 30 messages from people asking why I don't get an old county snowplow or an old government snowplow, a medium duty truck. And that corner down there is the reason why. If I rolled that plow truck into that corner down there, I may not walk away from it. But I made it up the driveway. There's a theory that if you don't choose hard things in life, life will choose hard things for you. So here is a quick example of me choosing hard things. First. This would be the third piece of equipment that I've gotten stuck right here in this exact spot over the last few years. As I made an effort to squeeze the skid steer through the gate, I instantly knew I made a bad decision, but that has never stopped me thus far, so of course I continued on, until I had a real problem on my hands. Thank heavens I've got a wife that's not afraid to jump in and get her hands a little bit dirty if that's what's required in the moment. And after 24 years, I don't know how many times she's bailed me out. But this is what happens when you don't have tire chains to create enough friction between the machine and the snow. So I was instantly headed to the shop to see if I couldn't scab together a set of tire chains, so this never happens again. We want to wish you guys a happy new year. On our next video, we're going to get back to the plow truck and show you the conclusion of that flatbed build, as well as getting the plow truck on the road. And then you're going to get to see what happens when you actually have a set of tire chains on a skid steer.